Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
So we have some rather big news today, and Aubrey and Z are going to give us a little history lesson. I have talked about this, but it's been a long time. So we have some things going on.
Yes.
So today we wanted to talk a little bit about a being called Thoth. That's Thoth, Thoth. Thoth is a deity consciousness that was originally created to be a record keeper, which means that he got access to every single piece of information in the entire universe. Unfortunately, at the time of his creation, there was some tumultuousness and tumult in the universe, and his creation was basically seeded with the seed of abandonment. So as time went on, he could not quite figure out how to feel loved, and he basically used every single piece of information in the entire universe to create his own reality. And when that happens, if you're in a reality that needs to be the only reality, it's really common for that reality to try to start just like tearing apart other realities so that it can be the only reality. So across time and space, Thoth has been doing his very best to tear all the other realities apart. And we're bringing this up today to the collective because he has been really, really messing with the human collective, and especially with the higher dimensional consciousnesses, of which there are many on the planet right now, or not on the planet, in the realm, many in the realm right now. Because of the evolution of humanity, these most human vessels have much higher dimensional souls in them than they have in the past. And Thoth is a pretty heavy hitter.
And we all decided to unite together, and he really didn't like that. And as well as humanity as well. Everybody is uniting in a way that he doesn't like, because that means that he feels less loved, basically, was what that is, because of that abandonment piece. So there's a lot of confusion out there. There's a lot of weird memory stuff going on, because he's very good with implanting memories. So yeah.
Yeah. So watch out for people that, or not people, but memories that cause you to want to attack somebody that you love, to yell at them, because he's trying to create division. So it's really important to stay united, even if you're irritated with someone, and start trying to let go of whatever the memory is, because it may not be real.
Exactly. It's important to remember that every single thing that has ever happened has happened. And so a lot of what he's doing, there is an actual conscious being right now implanting memories that may not have happened in your reality, but they did happen somewhere, so they feel very real. And if you think about it, if you were a big being that could had this power and was trying to divide people, you could pull memories from a bunch of different realities in which you were fighting with your most loved people, and tell an entire story that would lead to division. And that's exactly what he wants right now.
Yep. Staying united is the most important thing right now. So love your people in your life, and don't just let go because you all of a sudden remember something.
That feels very triggering. Watch your triggers, because there's a difference between a trigger in these particular memories and what you're feeling in your body. These memories will make you want to divide very quickly, but there's a difference between that and feeling it in your system, because you can't quite reach the vessel. The vessel aspect of it is still re-encoded back into the purest of source. So watch your triggers and how you actually trigger. If that's something that is completely feeling unfamiliar at all, you haven't experienced that trigger before, then it's not yours, right?
So if your body doesn't feel it, don't do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Focus on opening.
Yeah. So when someone says something to you that normally would have been no problem, and now it takes you 0 to Mach 5, you need to look at that and think about what you're going to say before you say it, especially in these times, because it's not really, that trigger's not really there, nor are you really responding right to it.
Especially for you guys who are super, super aware and very, very awake, this is hitting you guys the most. Okay, because you are that aware. So if all of a sudden, like, even words coming out of your mouth that are like, that is not something I would ever say, then
Right.
take a step back, because that's not you for a second, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
So how are some, I know how I feel, but how do others, what are some of the symptoms of them if they're going to be feeling this? The overtiredness, which, I mean, I just woke up 2 hours ago and I'm tired again. So that's not normal, because I would normally have that energy at least to last me 4 hours before I want to take a nap. But now it's like 2 hours and I'm going, oh, I'm tired. But, you know, that's one of them. Are nervous anxiety is one of the, you know, the pit of your stomach anxious for no reason? Is that a symptom too?
being
Mhm.
very anxious in general is a symptom
Yep.
right now, because it
Yeah.
puts your system into a confusion state. You know,
Yeah.
it's also really important to note right now that we are going through a lot of transformation. There's a Ryan War piece that's working its way through, and this piece that's hitting really hard. And in essence, it's not even to get focused on this, it's to get focused on yourself, right? That's what Source generally does with these pieces, is to make us get more focused in on ourselves, how we're feeling within ourselves.
Yeah.
So transformation is big. There's a lot of purging going on this week, where you're purging a lot of gunk. So it's important to be very careful with yourself, care for yourself a lot, take a lot, get a lot of sleep. So if you are feeling tired, just forget everything else and lie down.
Mhm. And really watch your thoughts. A really common symptom of Thoth interacting with your system is suddenly remembering something that happened like years ago. Like I mean, I'm talking 5, 10, 20 years ago that you're just suddenly like fixated on. That's a really good indicator that he's actually feeding a memory that didn't necessarily actually happen.
Mhm. And just cancel it. Just say
Mhm.
cancel, cancel, cancel.
Redirect
Yes,
thought.
that works.
Yep.
Yeah.
That works.
He's feeding your biggest fear states at this point. And anything that is tied back to abandonment is going to be the key here. So anything that's going to make you feel alone or lonely, he's hitting really, really, really hard. And anything he could do to do that. What's the biggest fear that humanity has is going to be abandonment. Really, that's the biggest fear.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Hitting it right in the sucker.
And we're not saying this to scare anyone. We're saying this to just
Oh yeah.
so you can pay attention.
None of this is for fear by any
Mhm.
means. It's all for awareness. To be aware of what you feel, it's to help you. It's not for you to judge whether it's right or wrong. It's when there are people out there that are on this level and feel these things unknowingly and don't know what to do with it. And, you know, here's what's happening, you know, because I can tell you, I'm not here just to make believe. I'm here because I feel these things also. I get it. And I have to ask, I don't know why some of the things, the pressure headaches. And I'm not, and I say headache, but it's not a headache. It's pressure on your head that's, you know, that an aspirin won't take care of. Those kind of symptoms. Because I don't take medicines. So, you know, I'm not going to take an aspirin anyway, but that may be what someone does and it doesn't work. Well,
Yep.
releasing and going cancel, 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 and think about these things that, you know, these tools that have come across from Aubrey and Z and Honey and help that. Give it a chance.
Focus on self, focus on your heart. Like ultimately, Thoth's biggest fear is that we all unite. That's why he's working so hard right now, because we've all begun to actually unite as a collective, as a one consciousness into like true unity. And he gets to be afraid. We don't have to be afraid. He's hitting so hard right now because he's afraid.
Mhm.
So really focus on your heart and focus on yourself and focus on the love that you actually have for the people around you. And if you are finding these thoughts come in that are fear-based or alone, just redirect your thoughts into the places where you feel love and where you don't feel alone.
Yeah.
It also means finding connection with your family, with your people,
Your soul tribe.
right? Don't go away from that perspective of that because you are feeling alone. That's actually what you need to do. Come into union with your family and your friends who are on that same level as you.
Yeah. Or yourself. If that's all you have, just yourself. Put your hands on your heart and know that you're okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
All of the really big souls, many of you who are watching this right now are on the teams that are working with this. Like, this is not going to be forever.
Mhm.
Thoth does have access to all the records of across all time and space, and he's a formidable being to be doing this, but that doesn't, like, we are stronger. And you are all helping, and this will resolve. This will find a resolution at some point.
And that is because we are coming into unity. The more that we come into unity, he will cease to exist because he will turn into unity.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Beautiful. Okay, well, thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys
Thank you,
so much. And
everyone.
we've got this, everybody.
We've got
We
this.
do.
We do have
Really
it.
Hell yeah.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.